Hello, good day, everyone. I am starting a new series which I titled Things That Destroys Us. Things that destroys us, depending on how you can understand it. And my subtitle is bitterness. Bitterness. There are things we do in life which we know that is destroying our lives, which we cannot be able to stop. And there are things in life which we are doing that is destroying our life, which we don't know that is destroying our lives. So I'm teaching today on bitterness. There is this interesting story. How many of you have read this book, The Great Expectation by Charles Dickens? This a very popular novel which most of the secondary school do use for literature those days. So I don't know how many of you have read it or how many of you have come across it. So this story, there is an interesting character there of this book, The Great Expectation. There is a lady there called Miss Habishon. Though she was a little bit rich and she was about to get married, though she was being advised not to marry the young man. But all of a sudden she accepts to marry the young man. Then on her wedding day, about 10 minutes past 9, the man for the wedding didn't show up. Then she was being told that, oh, the man that was supposed to marry you didn't show up. So from there, she became bitter. She lived a bitter life, and all her watches in her house stopped at 10 minutes past 9 because that was the time the man, she noticed that the man who was supposed to marry her didn't come. So later on, she decides to move on with her life, and a girl is being brought to her as a house help. And the name of this house girl is Estella. So when Estella comes to live with her, though she was living a bitter life and she never let go of what happened, then she poisons the small girl named Estella who came to live with her. She poisoned her heart and teaches her to be difficult and teaches her to be devious and teaches her to break a man's heart. So later on, when Estella grew up to get married, then another guy comes up to marry her, and eventually she broke the man's heart. And later on, Miss Habishon finds out what happened, and she became sad and she became hungry. Then she died, and all according to the writer, all her properties and everything and her house get burnt. So this is what bitterness can do when you are